and splashed. The mammoth tusks were splattered ink black, cloud about to burst. He heard someone at the door. He looked out in the hall. He saw that bucket on the floor. Now you would think this man had dropped dead and grew wings upon the sight of what was swimming there upon this new spring of baby squid. Tentacles no thicker than shoestrings with bioluminescent pigment shifting like a moon ring. Picked up the bucket, dumped this most obscure phenomenon with a pinch of sea salt in the sink and turned the faucet on. He named it Ludwig. Felt a high of inspiration. Went back to the ivory. It was time to get creative with it. He said, if God Almighty put these 9 in orbit, we could write this concertino from the nook that's lying dormant, but no use. He cursed the hands he couldn't strike a chord with. And called it a night, thinking it'd be good to try next morning. But when he woke, he saw something strange had occurred. The sheet music was full with a dozen pages of work. Ink splattered all around like hemoglobin from a stab wound, with a winding trail that led from the piano to the bathroom. Scene 2. He couldn't fathom what was there splashed on the page. A masterpiece in F minor, choking tears back as he played, a lush arrangement laced with understated movements as it built, crescendo to a frenzy, concluded with a trill. He went and opened up the bathroom door to find the shower running, tendrils stretched like creeping ivy tightly twined around the plumbing. Ludwig 50 times the size of when he last observed. Seems that he is slithered to the bathtub now to match his massive girth, but no time to deal with this, he thought. I must be going. As he headed to the venue with the music, Ludwig wrote him. From the moment that he started, the entire room fell silent and scrambled to their feet as the ovation just exploded. That squid he found was genius. A golden goose, a money tree. Got some dragonfish to feed him. Went and filled the tub with 3 cups of Himalayan rock salt and glacier water and a single drop of blood from his finger. Like a pagan offering. That night he dreamt of adoration and applause, slept like a baby through the wind and crashing waves upon the rocks. Woke once the sun arrived. What did he find? Ludwig's giant tentacles coiled around and jumbled into jungle vines, oversized and twisted with this glowing light intrinsic from a luminary figure that was growing by the minute. Quickly maneuvered through and made his way to the piano to find his magnum opus waiting placed there on the mantle. Scene 3. That spotlight cascaded down in a waterfall. He played his minuet to serenade the monster's ball. When they called for encore, he finished with a somber waltz and floated across the crowd as their cheers filled up the concert hall. He stumbled home at midnight, humming Beethoven's Ninth, fumbled for his keys and pushed against the door to go inside. It wouldn't budge. He shrugged and climbed into the window frame to find that Squid had grown gargantuan since once he left that day. It took up the whole space, slumped beneath its own weight, seemed as lightly dimmed, and its eyes were turning opaque, drying up. Looked as though perhaps his time was up. Panic setting in. He'd need a way to harness Ludwig's Midas touch. Sinister thought. Went on a mission to the kitchen, fishing through the silverware drawer for something vicious. He couldn't find a butcher's knife. Pulled out a meat cleaver. He was poised to cut the ink sac out of the sea creature, but flashes of light. Ludwig sprung to life, snapped his pterodactyl-like beak with hungry bites, swung his trunks around, bird hooks protruding from his suction cups, tentacles pouring out the windows as his muscles thrust. The ground shaken, pulled the house out of its foundation, dragged them down the hill towards the sea in search of salvation. He pulled them both down to the ocean floor at last release, with black bubbles surfacing at Ludwig's final masterpiece.
Jesus.